A well-prepared operation, including in terms of military technical means, breakthroughs on a fairly wide front and to a very sensitive depth, access to operational space, and maneuverable actions. This is the description of a significant incursion by the armed forces of Ukraine into the territory of the Russian Federation, near the town of Sudia, Kursk Oblast. However, this description does not come from Ukrainian or Western analysts, but from Russian meal blogger Sviatosław Golikov. Golikov added that the Russians' defensive action for the time being was chaotic and ad hoc, and he calls the entire offensive by the Ukrainian armed forces Balaklia 2.0. That is the humiliating for the Russians and at the same time successful for the Ukrainians 2020 Kharkiv offensive, which ended with the seizure of Kupiansk and Balaklia, among others. The Ukrainian attack, according to the Russians, began on Tuesday at 8 a.m., when Ukrainian forces crossed the border between the villages of Nikolaevo-Darino and Oleshnya, heading northeast. After 72 hours, the Ukrainians entered at least 10 kilometers deep into Russian territory and began pushing in two directions. They took the R200 road toward the town of Sudia, with a population of about 6,000. The second axis went northwest toward Koronevo and Malaya Loknia, where according to Russian meal blogger Rybar, the goal may be to reach the city of Lvov. There, according to the Russian channel, the equipment of additional defense lines and the planned evacuation of the population in case of an enemy breakthrough have already begun. A state of emergency has been declared in the Kursk region. Russian President Vladimir Putin called the Ukrainian incursion a quote, large-scale provocation and summoned his top advisors to discuss what he called quote, indiscriminate shelling of civilian buildings, suburbs and ambulances with various types of weapons. Here we see Putin's meeting during the National Security Council.
В Курской области, как известно, киевский режим предпринял.
The Americans were not warned about the Ukrainian attack, but according to State Department spokesman Matthew Miller, it is not surprising. Quote, it is not unusual. It is a war that they are conducting. We provide them with equipment. We provide them with advice. It is uncertain how many soldiers are involved in the operation. The bottom estimate, according to the Russian side, is 2,000 soldiers. Western analysts, however, believe that this is not a raid as we know it from the actions of the so-called White Russians, of the Freedom of Russia Legion or other similar groups, but a much broader, centrally planned action, in which 2 to even 4 brigades may be involved, and that means 10,000 to 20,000 soldiers.